Antonio, and I'm coming at you with another video. Now, some people are diabolical with the way they think. Everybody got a camera. You got Ring doorbell cameras. People got cameras on their house. They have cell phone cameras. They got regular cameras. Cameras are there. They're going to take a picture of you. What this person did, so diabolical. She going to people's houses, going to mailboxes probably. And then when she's caught, she says she's spreading the word of God. What you about to do is get spread wide open with your head cracked, going to people's houses and stealing. So Judge Hayward asks her, say, do you have mental issues? She come back and say, no. You're gonna have mental issues once you get that head cracked on that concrete. You keep playing with people's houses. People work too hard for their stuff. Leave people things alone. If I go to work every day just to buy a Lego set, it's mine. And I can throw away my money as long as I want to. But if you come and violate me, I don't like you no more. I promise you that. So let's dive into this case. This is not a very long case. This is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe. We are on the road to building the website, so you'll be able to catch all of our videos directly on our website. Once the website is done, we would definitely put it in the scroll bar and things like that, so you'll be able to know how to find the website. But nevertheless, let's dive.
689 for Tamara Goldie Diggs. You're represented by attorney Owen Lynch with the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. You're charged with criminal trespass, counts 1 and 2, and loitering or prowling, count 3. Mr. Lynch, how does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, she would ask the court to accept no pleas. And you may be going to get to this, but she does have another case pending as well.
All right. Are we addressing the other case too?
Yes, Your Honor. It's going to be a resolution.
What's the case number on the other case?
2024 CR 06623.
Okay. And what are those offenses?
Giving false name, giving false date of birth, equipment violation on bicycle.
Okay. All right. And what does your client intend to plead to those offenses?
She would ask you to accept no pleas. I think the counts 1 and 2 and count 3 would be no pros.
Okay. All right. So, ma'am, you're also before the court on 2024 CR 06623 for false name, date of birth, or false name or date of birth. Count 1, count 2, false name or date of birth, and count 3, equipment violation. You're entering pleas of nolo on the first case to counts 1, 2, and 3. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And on count the second case, counts 1 and 2. By entering these pleas, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. So case number 2024 CR 06689. On July 5th, 2024, officers with the Plain County Police Department responded to a suspicious person call. Officers were flagged down by an individual who advised that he observed a woman enter into his house with a knife in her hand and began walking around his house. Officers were able to identify that woman. That woman was Miss Tamara Diggs. When they inquired why she was at the location, she stated that she was there to spread the word of God. Officers also made contact with Hugh Brown, who was the original caller, who advised that Ms. Diggs attempted to enter his residence as well and did pull the door handle without authorization and enter. This all occurred here in Clayton County. She was charged with criminal trespass and loitering and prowling on that case. To case number 2024 CR 06623. On February 24th, 2024, around midnight, officers observed an individual riding a bicycle with no lights in an unsafe manner in the area of Davidson Parkway. Officers made contact with the individual, identified the individual, Ms. Diggs. During the course of the encounter, she did give the false name to Tatiana Diggs, as well as the false date of birth, June 10th, 1996. She was arrested for the same, giving false name, giving false date of birth, and equipment violation. It's all occurred here in Clayton County as well. To both cases, the state has made a global offer of 12 months to serve 45 days. The balance is to be suspended upon her not returning to 14 Daniel Drive, Stockbridge, Georgia, and 12 Daniel Drive, Stockbridge, Georgia. And she's not going to violate any, no new violations of Georgia law.
All right, Mr. Lynch, are there any concerns that she may not be competent to enter this plea?
Judge, I've spoken to her about the cases, about her trial rights, and I believe that she is competent to enter a plea at this time. I understand that, you know, the factual basis gives some concern, but my understanding is that at least at this time, she does understand her rights to a trial and the basis of the offense I've discussed with her, and the sentencing range. And I believe that she does understand those.
Okay, so why those particular that particular location and those particular residences?
So, you know,
No reason.
Your Honor, Mr. Brown, additionally, he's online. He wanted to make an impact statement as well.
Yes. Mr. Brown?
Yes, I believe that in both of these residents, we both have,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Brown, can I see you, please?
Oh, sorry. Let me, my camera on.
Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do.
All right, go ahead, sir.
I believe in both of those residents, we both have items on our porches that could deem to be removed if someone wanted to steal them, even though mine is locked down. I believe there was a possibility of theft because she came on the property 3 times. And I have an indicator. Every time someone opens that gate, it lets me know. And that's when I finally went outside to see.
Okay, and so you have a gate. So she had to like come through the gate to get onto your property before she could even get to your porch.
No, to get to the porch, there's a gate there.
Okay, okay.
And so she came 3 times, like I said, and then I went outside to see what was going on.
Okay. Any other concerns that you might have?
I did check with the community out here, and evidently she does have some violations with other people that hadn't called the cops. So
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why this particular location, and how we can make sure that this doesn't happen in the future. All right, thank you, Mr. Brown.
thank you.
All right, so Miss
It appears to have
Diggs.
holds as well, Your Honor, so I'm not sure that she'll be released.
I'm sorry.
that's true.
I say she does appear to have holes, so I'm not sure she'll be released.
Okay.
As I look at her label, looks like her address is a Ellenwood address, so I don't know the connection to that area.
So, Miss Diggs, how old are you, ma'am?
28.
Are you under any treatment for any medical or mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so you're frowning at me, but you're going into people's private property. And the concern that I have is, ma'am, everybody in Georgia got a gun. Everybody. And not everybody's going to be as nice as the people in this neighborhood where you're coming onto their property and they're not going to respond in some way to protect themselves. And I'm not saying that that's what should happen, but I'm saying that that is what does happen. So you roaming around people's property, talking about you spreading the word of God, they could be spreading bullets.
True.
Okay, so what I'm saying is if there's something that needs to be addressed from a mental health standpoint, let's do that so that you don't end up on the news. But if that was just an excuse to allow you to go onto their property to take something, then you have to be mindful that people, people pay a lot for their peace and their sanity. It's not just the property, it's feeling peaceful in their homes. And when you disturb that peace, then you run the risk of them retaliating. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so yeah, you spreading the word of God, but they people want to be in a peaceful state and they don't want you coming on their property. So when I say don't go back to 14 Daniel Drive and 12 Daniel Drive in Stockbridge, Georgia, I mean that. And what will happen if you do is your bond will be revoked. I mean your sentence, your suspended sentence will be revoked. You'll be back in jail and you could be charged with additional felonies or misdemeanors. All right. Okay. So this is on both the cases before the court. 20. I'm sorry. Just looking for something. So this is for all of the offenses that you pled to on case 2024 CR 06623 and 2024 CR 06689 to run concurrent to each other, and these cases will run concurrent to each other. 12 months to serve 45 days, credit for since the day of lockup. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to 14 Daniel Drive and 12 Daniel Drive, each of Stockbridge, Clayton County, Georgia. So ma'am, just be mindful that people aren't playing around. And so the last thing we want to see is your picture on the news because you invaded somebody's home. And really, there's some felony charges that you could still be charged with. You could have been charged with felonies for there's felony home invasion and that's two different types. There's the one for intending to enter someone's home to commit a misdemeanor and then entering someone's home to commit a felony. And so both of those are felonies, but predicated on you doing something else on the property. So please remember that it might not just be a misdemeanor. They sent you back down here. I see that you have Mr. Smith as your attorney, which means the public defender's office upstairs for Superior Court. They sent this case back down here, but that might not happen next time. All right, and can you apologize to Mr. Brown for going on his property, please?
I apologize, Mr. Brown, for coming on property.
All right. All right. So with that being said, you're going to go back with the sheriff's office and then you'll deal with whatever else you have remaining.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. So I have already sent over the modification for Diallo. So for the jail, it's sent to the clerk's office. So if for deputy, you can send Asiato Diallo back and he's got credit for time served on this suspended sentence.
Diallo?
Yeah. And then the last one is Allen. Kamikuan Allen.
Yes, Judge.
For Alan, not
Yes, please bring out Ms. Allen.
And Your Honor, briefly, I heard there was mention of Mr. Woodward.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. What's up with Woodward?
Well, speaking with the state, we understand that there was supposed to be a mental health evaluation for Mr. Woodward.
Okay.
All the detail that I can find in my case file, I don't believe that evaluation has taken place.
All right. I don't remember signing it, but I could have. I don't remember everything. So if I have not already signed the order, please send it over.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
He has been in custody since January on these charges, is my understanding.
Okay.
But they're a little more serious than.
All right, so thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Like the gentleman's testimony, other people have noticed this young lady doing the worst to their neighborhood. And one thing that you don't want is people to be stealing from you. Why do I want you to steal from me? That's not fun. I don't want you stealing from me, and I don't want you touching my stuff. My belongings is mine. And then when you tell me you spreading the word of God, what word of God are you? What part of the 10 Commandments are you spreading? Thou shalt not steal while you trying to steal. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Just get out of here with that mentality. Leave people stuff alone. Go to work hard, work 2 jobs, find a hustle, do something. Just leave people things alone. Because like Judge Hayward said, in Georgia, just like places like Texas, just like Florida, just like Louisiana, who just dropped the age to own a gun to 18, they have guns. And they have bullets in those guns. And they will shoot you with the bullets that's inside of those guns. So leave people alone. Because as a part of the Constitution, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me. People correct me for everything else. People say I talk too much, which I don't care. Just skip it. I'm not going to stop talking unless I want to stop talking. Part of the Constitution, you got a right to protect your home. That's why the police can't come and just set up in your home. That's against the law. In some countries, they can come in your dwelling and set up shop, and there's nothing you can do about that. But the founding fathers of this country, that's one thing that they put in the Constitution. You cannot take over someone's dwelling just because you're the military or the police. It doesn't work that way in America. It works that way in other places. All right. So this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe, as we're going to be on our way to growing this channel, growing this platform. You'll know when the website is live, like I said earlier. And once again, we'll see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe.